Hi, Megan.
Hey, Devon.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Or should I say, hi, Helena?
Well, yeah, that's true, Angela.
Our
That's a deep
alter
dive on
egos.
our social media.
Yeah, check out our social media if you haven't today at Hockey Style Podcast on Instagram for pictures from the air show we attended on Sunday as part of the Red Wings Summer 100 checklist. And you can find out about our alter egos. If you are new here, welcome and welcome everybody. We're so glad you're back. Um, we have a 3 period format to our podcast where we talk about everything hockey related from fit checks to forechecks. And in the second period, we like to invite on a special industry guest to share their subject matter expertise and how they help shape the style of their team, arena, franchise, and of course, the sport that we all love best. So we're really glad you're here to join us. We've been kind of busy considering there's not a lot going on in the world of hockey. This Red Wing Summer 100 has been keeping our lives hockey filled at least.
We've
And
been given a list and we took that very seriously and we continue to work on it.
Megan, I wasn't
Hmm.
going to bring this up, but this was your brainchild. Like, I think we could do this whole list.
Everything's always my fault. Just kidding.
I think, although it's 100 is a lot more when you're doing it, then you realize 100 things and places to go and things to document. I will say it has been so much fun because there are things we never would have done. I've never been to an air show in my life. I never would have been to the air show on Sunday except for the fact that it was on this list. So
Mm-hmm.
thanks to you for your brilliant idea. You're keeping us having fun all summer long. And we have more fun in store because, shall I share the news?
Go for it.
We're so excited that we were selected by one of our favorite female owned businesses, Kilo and Co, to be official brand ambassadors. And then the cherry on top, Megan also applied for 500 level, another national full sports apparel brand. And
Mm-hmm.
we were selected to also be brand ambassadors for 500 levels. So that means
Yes.
we get to create more content and share more exciting hockey style with all of you.
Yeah, for sure. I really love how different these two brands are. How one is very female focused, and I love their attention to detail and all the things that they bring to the table with ladies in mind when it comes to game day gear. And I think that's just
Mhm.
fantastic. And the flip side of that is 500 level, who's just doing really fun and interesting designs, and some of them are really funny. They're going to incorporate your favorite player, very player focused designs. And I think it's a great way to represent your team. And I do love too that they go beyond hockey, but I do love their hockey stuff. It's pretty great. Can't wait to share some of that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Kilo and Co is like kind of classy, right? Like I
Mm-hmm.
think Amanda Adamchak, who was on our pod earlier in the season, shared that she started it because she used to go right from work to Tigers games and she needed something she could wear to the office and then wear to the game and she wanted to
Mm-hmm.
be fashionable and comfortable and looking cute. And so her first design was like a plain black and white like Detroit shirt with like a small heart on it. And that's why you'll see a lot of like hidden hearts and hidden embellishments within Kilo and Co designs, but they're absolutely styles you can wear to your favorite team's, game and then also out at night and still feel like you're looking cute. All female styles from Kilo and Co. But I think that as you said, 500 level, I would guess they probably skew more male. I could be wrong, but I'm excited that they partner instead of with like the NHL or the NBA or the MLB, they partner with the player associations
Mm-hmm.
in most cases. So,
Yes.
like you said, the fact that they're doing player focused designs means they can come up with some really funny things. Like I just got this t-shirt, Terry Sawchuk, which is, kind of fun. But Bob Bobrovsky, I got the brick wall Bob. What did you find
Mm-hmm.
that was really funny?
Um, I don't know if I ventured into the like really funny ones. I just love like I picked Elvis Lincoln's and Anders Lee, and both of them are like very like goal celebration t-shirts. So
Yeah.
it's really fun. Not that Lincoln's got a goal, but like, the celebrating,
Yep.
really fun poses. Yeah, really good. And then obviously I got a Svechnikov one, and that one's really fun. I can't wait for everyone to see that. We'll save the details on that. That one's fun.
Yes, we'll have to save some things, but I will say the funny one I got for my husband was Sam Bennett. We've been talking a lot about birthday buddies ever since our episode with Shannon Hogan from the Islanders. We learned that Anders Lee is Megan's birthday buddy. Well, mine is Terry Sawchuk. So I had to get Sawchuk, which made so much sense for me being a Red Wings goalie. But my husband's is Sam Bennett from the Florida Panthers. And we love Sam Bennett because he's just a character, but he also gives and donates for every goal he scores all season long to the local Boward County Animal Rescue and helps shelter dogs and cats. So I got my husband the one with Sam Bennett as like a superhero cartoon character in a comic book strip. Like, how does this exist? It's so specific and over the top. So yeah, from one extreme, we've got Kilo and Co. that makes us feel very fashionable, and then 500 level that's just like loud and fun and a little bit comedic. So we will be sharing lots of content from both of those brands. Check us out on social medias at Hockey Style Podcast. And if you're returning and you like the content you're hearing on our podcast, please go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to see you back every week. We drop episodes every Thursday.
Yeah.
Should
Well,
we
should we tell
introduce?
everybody what we're doing?
Let's do it. Go ahead.
Well, I am very excited that we are having Zach and Joe from Second String Leather Company back for another episode because they are launching their summer collection tomorrow. When you're listening, it will be tomorrow. So I'm very excited for you to hear from them and hear what they have coming right on the cusp of it all.
If you didn't hear our first two episodes with Second String Leather Company, you should go back and listen to those. The first one is their story of how they take goalie gear, game used goalie gear from the NHL and transform it into fine leather goods like wallets and toiletry bags, etc. The second episode is a deep dive into the world of goaltending because both of them are goalies and goalie coaches. So this episode will just be an update, as Megan said, on the new summer collection and some of the cool things they have in the works and coming down the pike as we are already talking about the holiday season, which is wild.
All right, let's do it.
Hi, and welcome to the second period. Zach and Joe, welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming back by popular demand. We
Jeez.
had so many people say that they loved your episodes and just had the best time. So we said, you know what? There's a summer collection dropping on Friday, and these guys have been busy with new product lines, new branding, new packaging. We'll take a shot and see if they'll join us again. So third time's a charm. Welcome back again.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So how's life? How's business in GR?
Busy. We're staying quite busy. We got a lot of stuff on the horizon, not just for the summer launch, but even gearing up for Christmas as well. So
Wow, yeah.
everything's coming all at once. So it's just trying to keep everything in full production with our collections and custom orders and even some NHL work that we're doing as well.
That's exciting. It's crazy as it is, almost 100 degrees a few days the past week. It's still in the mid 90s here that we're talking about Christmas, but 'tis the life of retail, I suppose.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So this episode airs the day before your summer collection launches. So we really, first and foremost, wanted to hear if you can give us any insights into the legends and icons that you selected to feature for this new drop. There's some huge names. Roberto Luongo. You've got probably the sickest Chris Osgood pads we've seen in the lineup. Like, Can you tell the listeners and Megan and I, how did you procure these items? How did you make the choices? And how do you continue to impress after this drop? It's so epic.
Impressing after the drop, honestly. Like, we thought our Christmas collection, what was it, 2 years ago?
With the flurry.
Yeah, with the flurry
yeah.
and golly, was that the
The
same one with
Vasilevsky, Pecorine.
Mm.
Were
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, but what about the one before that?
I think
That
there's even Carey Price was in there and Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah,
Some
but
big
also,
names.
okay, so even going before that was what, Grant Fuhr, Potvin.
Yes.
Who else was in that one? We were like, how are we going to top that? And then the next Christmas we got Flurry, and then Lundqvist and Pecorine, and it's like, holy cow, how are we going to top that? You know, so it's like every year we're just like, all right, how do we top the next one? So it's been, I mean, again, like we've said before, the grind of finding the gear it's actually the fun part. You know?
It's challenging, but yet fun and rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you're saying you have an endless number of tricks up your sleeve. There's always something to be on the lookout for.
Yeah.
We just got done doing our Christmas collection photos today, and it took about 6 hours. And so that goes into production this week. So that's gonna be a hefty load. So our team's gonna be quite busy over the next couple months getting Christmas ready for the holidays. But for the summer collection, it's been awesome just because we have some pretty unique pieces in there from Tim Thomas, the U.S. Olympic pads that were used. Just the, like the Luongo. There's even some pieces from Halak, who just retired. Obviously the Chris Osgood ones, and we've gotten a lot of questions about the Chris Osgood one. It's pretty unique because I'm friends with Chris, and we've asked him about the pads, and it's unique how some goalies like get stuff. They may try it, they may not like it, they may go to a different pad, they may stay with the same pad manufacturer, but maybe they have like 2 or 3 sets, and so it's always unique to like learn about the gear that these guys have worn in the past, and they're like, wow, I haven't seen those things in 25 years. And so it's always cool to hear the stories behind the equipment, because we had a pair of Chris Osgood's pads in our last collection from St. Louis / the New York Islanders. So he like wore them for a little bit with the Islanders, and he got traded to the St. Louis Blues, and so he wore them with both. So it was unique to like show him those, and he's like, oh my, those are like, holy cow, like where'd you get those? Because those guys have been so disconnected with their equipment and decades.
Yeah,
it's just pretty cool to show it to them and sort of hear their story behind like why he sort of kept it, because they were basically brand new pads from the Islanders when he got traded to St. Louis. So he just colored them up and took the orange off.
Yeah.
There was actually some orange accents that was like blacked out with maybe like a dark navy like marker.
No way.
Just sort of kept them and used them. So there's always some cool stories behind this stuff. So we really like not just sort of looking at the equipment like up close and personal, because even Zach and I were talking about like we have our hands on these unique pieces. I think we should start doing video about showing our fans and our followers like some of these pieces up close and some of the markings that maybe you wouldn't really see with if you're like looking at the glove from like the outside, but there's some unique stuff on the inside, like in the pocket, or there may be some markings that are written on the inside of the glove that aren't really typically seen. So, or even like different equipment modifications, because goalies are really crazy about the modifications, and people like to see stuff like that.
Yeah, and like going back to that too about the Chris Osgood pads, I was at a Wings game, I don't remember which one this past year, and I happened to get Chris's attention and like kind of was like, hey, second string, he's like, oh my gosh. And so he came down and he talked with me for a while, and he's like, yep, for sure, those were my pads and that I used. And obviously it's so hard to like find photos from back in the late 90s, early 2000s of trying to find photos of those pads, photo match them. So it's cool to hear like, hey, yeah, those were mine that I used. So
it's so cool. It's so funny. Those stories make it so much more special when you get your hands on it and you see it and you know those little tidbits. Megan, speaking of little tidbits written inside equipment, what do you have next to you?
Oh, you want to jump into that?
Just because it's
Okay.
perfect. You have a little hidden something.
I didn't even notice this. I've had this glove for who knows how long, but Devon and I have decided that we're going to take advantage of the second string custom program, get a little thing done. But I discovered that on this, and this is a normal thing, but I just never noticed it. There's a 3 in here, like the Roman numeral 3. I don't know if you can even see it in this Grace glove. So 3 is my favorite number, and only because my birthday is July 3rd. It's nothing crazy special. But I was hoping that maybe that little 3 could get incorporated on my custom piece in some way. It doesn't have to be the main piece, but like somewhere on there.
We'll hide it in there somewhere for you.
Yeah.
It's so perfect. And I don't think we told you this story, but when Megan and I first met, I thought she was darling and so fun. And I was like, oh, we exchanged emails because we were planning on doing an event together for Ladies of the NHL. She gave me her email, which has the number 3 in it. And I told my husband, oh, that stinks. She's like, she was born in 2003. Like, she's not going to want to hang out with me. And lo and behold, it was, yeah, because it's 03. I thought, no, let's just say no, I was off.
No, it's not.
We're the same age.
Not even close.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys have been having an adventure this spring and summer. I've been following you guys on all your adventures that you've been going on.
We've been trying.
With your card marking awesome stuff. You guys look like you've been having some fun.
Yeah. We have the last game of the Red Wings season. They passed out the Red Wings Summer 100 list. Megan joked because they had to keep us busy since they knew we weren't going to be watching playoff hockey. But in reality, it was because they were getting everybody ready to celebrate the Centennial 100 years. So I don't know if the marketing team, when they put it together, realized there would actually be some crazy ladies out there who did every single one of the 100 things. But we're on our way. I think we've got maybe 35 left to do and some exciting plans. Yeah, but you two would really appreciate it. We'll have to send you a copy of the poster. If I can find an extra one, I'll mail you one. But the marketing team put so much thought into each of these. They're funny. They're witty.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Were they giving them out at the last home game?
Yeah. Just take one.
Really?
And at first read through, you don't really notice. It's like buy a captain's hat, and then you realize, oh, it's number 19. Of course, it's for Stevie Y. But then there's some kind of obscure ones that made us giggle, like Claude Lemieux and Darren McCarty. It was like, tell a fun fact about turtles, and it's like McCarty's number, and so it's just awesome. It's so smart. But Megan, what's been your favorite thing we've done?
I mean, hands down the octopus. I mean, you can't beat a meet and greet with an octopus. That was crazy.
Yeah. We held tentacles with an octopus. You'll have to check that out on our socials if you missed it.
I don't think I'd be doing that.
You know what? You would. He was so cute and so nice, Zach. We thought the same, but he just came right up.
We didn't know if we were going to be allowed to touch him, but he touches you, so you don't really. They love it.
Yeah, he likes textiles.
He reached his little hand.
Now, where did you go to see that? At the zoo?
Yes. There was a behind the scenes excursion at the Toledo Zoo. They have an incredible aquarium. I recommend. Your girls are a little older, but I bet they would still love it because it's very. It's just everything's very interactive there.
And if they're not into the octopus, they've got so many fun meet and greet things. Like the other one that we should go do the red panda meet and greet. That'd be amazing. They have so many opportunities for more, cuddly things.
Yes.
That's the big thing here in Grand Rapids. They're actually, I think they're starting to build the aquarium.
They're in talks.
Nice.
Okay.
Aquarium,
So they're trying to, I don't know if you've ever been to the Shed Aquarium in Chicago.
Yes.
They're going to sort of try to replicate that type of size and that type of features of different type of, I guess, fish life and aquarium styles, and because that's a pretty big that's a pretty big attraction. Down in Chicago is the Shed Aquarium. So they're talking about. So in Grand Rapids, they're actually doing a lot of renovation right now. They're doing a professional soccer stadium that's being put in downtown. They're doing a big amphitheater, and then the third thing would be the aquatic center.
Amazing.
Aquarium.
We will be we'll be visiting sooner than later. We just got our tickets this week for the red and white game, which for listeners outside of Detroit is the last day of training camp every year, where everybody, players on the team, players hoping to make the team, our AHLers, tryouts, all get divided into team white, team red, and they scrimmage. And it's just a ton of fun to see everybody on the ice at once. A lot of these kids are trying to prove themselves and make the team. So it's pretty competitive. But this year it's being held in Grand Rapids.
Yep.
So we will be there, and hopefully we can, see you guys in person, maybe meet the wives. We would love to treat you all to a cocktail or something.
Oh, goodness. I think, well, we were actually,
Coffee.
they contacted us about having a table at the arena. So, and
Very cool.
at the concourse, having a table set up for the red white game. So we may consider
Nice.
doing that.
Okay.
But yeah, we're super excited to send this out.
Oh man, I think the pieces are going to be great for the
Yeah.
husbands, and then obviously for yourselves doing the 2 clutch wallets are going to be. There's some good branding on there. It's gonna look
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it looked like. I just I know I have it, and I'm sure everyone will be thrilled if I get this off the table and do something constructive with it. And yeah, I had no idea what it looked like. I was really worried there wasn't going to be enough meat on the bones.
Oh no,
But-
there's plenty on there.
Okay,
we,
good.
We
Yeah.
even take like the fabric material instead of like the leather, but there's a lot of fabric, and we just laminate it down to the like leather. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of good stuff on there. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
In the cuff of the inside glove, and then even the pocket, that's gonna make some really good pieces for
Nice.
not just your
Yeah, I don't
husband, but just
Really
even just for
have
the
any feelings about this at all, so don't feel like you need to.
I do like the 3. I think the 3 is gonna be a
Yeah.
very like, just a cool little piece that you can hide in maybe like in a pocket on the inside or something.
I love that. Yeah.
Because they're actually gonna do they're gonna get their monograms put on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be
Nice.
pretty sharp and fancy.
It'll be a hide and seek for you to find that.
Ooh.
Great.
I
Yeah.
love it.
And I gotta say the Red Wings jersey on the back, Megan, is awesome. Like the red, yeah, that one is. I
It's a good
love
one.
That retro.
I
is
do too.
awesome.
For
That is
sure.
so cool.
The only thing that made me, I don't know what the right word is, but that I was like disappointed about was that it was basically like Chicago copied our homework. But I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. So for listeners, it's the reverse retro 2.0, the red with
Mhm.
the black stripes. It just, the contrast is gorgeous, but
I love that.
I'm excited to see what they will do for the Centennial this year. Stay tuned, but I'm sure you guys could make some pretty cool things. Have you, do you know something?
I don't know, but
I like when
a
they had-
cream one would be sweet with like the original.
It's so
wing
tough
wheel.
because the wing wheel, I guess it has gone through some iterations over
Yeah.
the years, but I mean, it's the Red Wings, the wheel, the wheel with the wing, it's like just iconic. I don't know how you can't really veer off the
Yeah.
path too much with
yeah,
it.
I don't
Yeah.
know what they're gonna do, because we used like the older like vintagey logo for the 2014 Winter Classic.
That one
so
was awesome.
It
Like I thought
was.
it was like sort of
Was
like
that
really good.
no,
No.
which
I'm
one was,
partial
like,
to the
real
D.
unique cursive script was like
Oh.
awesome. 'Cause I think
Oh, for a stadium?
that may have been the Stadium Series, maybe when
Stadium.
Jimmy Howard wore the vintage brown gear.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, I got you. It was red jerseys with the cream letters, but it was
Winter Classic.
font.
Was that at
It
the
was
Big House?
script.
No?
No,
No,
no.
Mm-mm.
I forget where that one was at. But
Yeah,
that I just
Where was
remember him
I?
wearing the vintage brown Vaughn gear. It was very, very sharp. Very sharp.
We'll see what they do. But it should, if the social media marketing and imagery, the creative they've dropped thus far is any indication, it looks like they're going with more of a red and cream palette to give it that retro vibe. So
Well,
we
I
can
want
do
to say
some cool things.
they just announced that they're going to have the Hockey Town logos going back
Yeah.
into the center ice. So I think they're going back to the roots of like
The Joe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Mhm.
Having that
Yes.
Joe Louis look.
It is already done. They
Are they
did the 100 logo, and then it's got the Hockey Town over it. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that.
That means that
Yes.
they're going to make the playoffs this year.
We
I
have
hope,
to.
but
If you're gonna go all in with the Hockey Town script on center ice, you
Mhm.
got to make the playoffs.
If you get
gotta-
the name Hockey Town, you make the playoffs.
You
It's
have to.
happening.
When's the last time they had it on the ice?
Probably at Joe
The
Louis.
Joe.
The Joe.
Really?
It's never been at Little Caesars, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to find their way still. They have to figure out the air horn. They're getting it closer.
Where did the
obviously
OG one go? Did they sell it?
I don't know, but you think they would have brought the OG original goal horn with them? I don't know. So maybe
We'll
above
have to
the-
investigate that.
No,
Yeah, you
they
think you would
dropped
have
the ball
brought.
there.
You think if they would have brought the original air horn?
The octopus has been for sale.
It has there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes. A casual, what is it, 32,000 or something?
32 grand or something.
It's
Bring that
ridiculous.
back too, I guess.
Just bring that down. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Just sell it back to the Illiches. Yeah, for sure. Because listeners, it was a private collector that went in and bought the original purple Al the octopus from Joe Louis. And how big is it, Megan?
It was not small.
No, I mean
Massive.
the size of a jumbotron. Like it came from the
Was
ceiling.
that yeah, I'm not sure. There's a difference between the inflatable.
Yeah.
There was that one, and then there was the actual, like, I don't know what that thing was made out of, but it was
That's
not
the
small.
one.
Didn't it
That's
need
the
to come down like woodward on like a tractor trailer bed or something? Like it was massive.
I think I saw photos of it in the back of like a U-Haul. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, the
all in
arms.
pieces.
Yeah, the arms came off.
Yeah,
of it.
to fit in the U-Haul, it had to be disassembled, all 8 tentacles. This thing, okay, so for perspective, we don't know how big it is, but it couldn't fit in a U-Haul assembled. Somebody bought that with their own money and put it in their own home. Years later, not shockingly, they said, someone please buy it. So if you want to own the purple octopus, you could quickly, but we're hoping that
a big enough house. I don't know how big it is.
I don't-
Maybe somebody
chandelier.
will comment and say,
Well, I have a chandelier when you can have Al the octopus.
yeah,
Hang
yeah.
that down from your ceiling.
hanging
But
above
you're
your,
right though,
pool
Joe.
table.
This would be the year for Illich to say, "Let's just buy that back and put it out there."
That'd
People will go nuts. It's got so
Oh,
much
they would go
nostalgia.
absolutely
But it's like it's
crazy.
that
Mhm.
like bring the vibe back to like the I don't know. Like people say, the Dead Wings, they haven't made the playoffs in a while. It's like time to revitalize the Red Wings.
Yeah.
Well, on that note,
Oh my God.
Zach's not a
Like,
big Wings fan. I mean,
no,
I'm a
but,
big
like,
Wing. I grew
know.
up with the
my
Wings.
first
and-
Wings game, it was against the Devils. We were sitting way up in the nosebleeds, maybe like 10 rows from the top, but I remember getting hit in the back of the head with pennies.
Really?
what?
Seriously. Yeah, I was very young. I was probably like 7, something like
Was
that.
Marty Brodeur in that?
He might have been. I just don't remember
Hmm.
too much. But no, I remember getting hit in the back of the head with like pennies and quarters, and I have no idea what the heck was going on. So,
Well, they throw him down from the rafters.
yeah, they weren't fans.
Well, that's bizarre and unusual, and I'm so sorry you had that experience. And Grand Rapids is roughly halfway between Detroit and Chicago for our listeners outside of the Midwest, roughly, give or take. So that is why I think people from your area, right, Zach, like don't necessarily have allegiance to Detroit teams per se when you could equally or just as easily cheer for. Is
I
that
don't know
part
if
of
we want-
it?
No, I don't know if we even want to get into that. Why I'm not a huge fan of the Wings. That's a
Oh, no.
story.
I like
It's not the
Chicago.
pennies.
We worked with
It wasn't the
Chicago.
pennies. No, it wasn't.
You like Mike Vernon?
Yeah, he was the reason
Yeah.
why I liked the Wings, and him getting traded was why I don't like the Wings. So
Okay.
Love-hate
You know
relationship.
what? I'm going to have to give you the talk Megan gave me. We didn't re-sign Alex Lyon. It's okay, though. It's people move. It's okay. We can
Yep.
still love the team.
Yeah, I don't know. And since then, I mean, I just root for goalies now. I just love
Yeah.
watching the goalies. I don't care what team you are. It's like I just love watching the play. So
No, very fair. And on that note, to bring the topics together, thoughts on John Gibson? Is he going to make a difference for us in that? Rumor has been out there that he was going to be traded for so many years. I was shocked that it actually happened.
yeah, it's been years since
I don't
his
think-
name has been floating around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like I did hear that he was supposed to possibly come last year, but he was injured. So they
Okay.
pushed it. And I believe Pat Verbeek may be the general manager for the Anaheim Ducks. And I think he has
Yes.
he's got a close relationship with Yzerman. So they're also saying that the McTavish player from Anaheim may
I know.
also be coming to Detroit. So he's a young prospect and
Is he the son of McTavish from?
He sure is.
Yeah,
McTavish,
yes, he is.
Yep. Yeah, so he's a tough-nosed player. I think he played for the development team. He's a good player overall, but I think with John Gibson being added to the Wings roster, if he can stay healthy, I think they can pick up a couple more wins. And if they want to make the playoffs, they have to get to 100 points, if not more.
You think 100?
It's going to be and I think with just Ottawa being better and Montreal being better, you're going to have to get over 100 points. I think anything below that, you probably don't make it. And Steve Yzerman is once again maybe on the hot seat for how he's constructing the team. Unfortunately, at some point, I mean, those are his players that he's putting forth on the ice. So it's almost been a decade of not making the playoffs. So how do you go
when did he come in?
I think 7-8 years ago.
I think it's been that long.
It has been.
Yes,
just under a decade.
Is it 8? I think it's 8 years, right, Megan?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's somewhere between 6 and 8. I don't think it's 8. I feel like I just talked about this with someone and it was less than we thought, but still too long.
Yeah.
I think it's been 7. Zach can look it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Zach, you're always quick on the.
It's definitely under 10 for sure. It's definitely under 10. But
it's time. It's time.
But even trying to get some of the guys in Grand Rapids, there's some good players in Grand Rapids that
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really short. He's going into 6,
7.
7 years.
This will be his 7th season. Yeah.
Math wasn't my strong suit.
Well, it's no. Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing.
Mine either.
You want to talk about some crazy numbers? He became the general manager on April 19th of 2019. A lot of 19s in there. April 19th of 2019.
I would like to say that means it's lucky. So
or it could be a curse.
No, we're going to be glass half full here. Megan and I went to an air show on Sunday, which was one of the things we needed to do on the Red Wings Summer 100 checklist.
Saw that.
And it was very cool because they have those, like World War II planes, and a lot of it is like the 1940s, like vintage pinup art. And we found this plane that had Angela on one side and Helena on the other. And Angela is the 1940s angel girl, and Helena was the 1940s little devil girl. And without even discussing it, we're like, oh, we should both take a picture under our girl, our alter ego. And there was no discussion. Megan immediately knew she was Helena. I'm so glass half full. And she's like, nope, don't get your hopes up. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
This roster is not good, Devon. And I'm like, but maybe.
Maybe it's going to be good this year. They didn't even make a splash. But at the same time, do free agents want to come to Detroit?
That's my biggest thing. Like, why would anyone come?
Yeah.
Why? It's just a bunch of mediocre.
I have an idea. We have this platform that people can listen to. Let's tell them why they should come. It's such a fantastic city.
It's just tough because there's so much parity now in NHL because of all the teams sort of being, on an even playing field because of the salary cap. Before the salary cap, which was created probably by the Red Wings because they were just open checkbook, just
Yep.
Because that's when players wanted to come to the Red Wings, when there was no salary cap. So of course they could overpay for players and get players.
All right, when did the salary cap come in?
Probably after the Wings won their last Stanley Cup.
All right, take your guesses.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Jeez.
It's going up next year, but salary cap is not our problem. We have some money. We have
a lot of money.
There's just not there isn't the talent that we need available to us. Like all the real, unrestricted free agents were scooped up before we had a shot. Deals were done. There just isn't a lot out there for us to make the deals I think we want to make, which is why we have James Van Riemsdyk and what's his name? JBD from what was he, Montreal? Anyway.
Yeah, there was 2 players they added that were, they're just
Buffalo. He was Buffalo. Anyway, Bernard Docker.
Yes. Yeah, just older. John, like I said,
older gentlemen.
They're older. I wouldn't say they're band-aids. They're quality players, but that was 12 years ago.
Guys, Mason Appleton.
Yes, Mason Appleton.
That's gonna be Megan loves to pick some. I don't want to say random. They're clearly NHL players, so they're all, but not a big name. Okay, fair. and pick like that's her player for the year. So that's
No.
Mason Appleton.
We have
I'm
to
gonna go
talk
John
about
Gibson.
it.
I'm going
We
John
can't-
Gibson.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna go John
I
Gibson.
called John Gibson already.
Oh.
It's okay. We
I-
can
I
both
think
pick
he
John
could
Gibson.
be-
Find a different one.
I just think that they've gone through a lot
I
of
think it's
goalies in the
gonna be
last
the
5
equipment
years.
manager.
There's gonna be, I mean, think about how many goalies they've sort of gone through in the last 5
Yeah.
years,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Yep.
haven't really stuck.
But
No.
is that the problem?
Goaltending?
No, it's been the defensive breakdown.
Yeah,
But
they have too many high scoring chances, unfortunately.
yeah, but I think you're right. Gibson is an upgrade. If we can even win, gosh, 5-6 more games this season, that would be enough. I don't need wild card 1. I just want to make it. Like, I'll take a wild card 2 spot. Like, we got to beat Ottawa and or Montreal. If goaltending can help us win a couple more, we're right there.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But
I mean, we were within a point 2 years ago. I mean, it was
Mhm.
close, but
Is that when you didn't win a game?
It was a tiebreaker
oh,
yeah,
there's
on a
many
changed rule.
games, so many games that were lost. So I think having a full year of the head coach now in place, that it just sort of helps the players sort of settle in, and maybe they get off to a hot start. You know, I think you have to be in the hunt by November. Like if you're outside looking in come
Yeah.
November, December, you're in trouble starting with the new year. It's just
yeah.
you got to be off like in the first 90 days. You got to be in the right direction at least.
Well, in the case of the Wings, we need to be in the right direction and then not completely blow everything we did in January, because we just somehow like we forget how to play hockey in January. So I don't know what that's about. But yeah, if both those things could happen, it'd be great. We just had Shannon Hogan on the pod. She is the broadcaster for MSG Networks, but essentially everything New York Islanders. And she's like our Daniela Bruce in Detroit, if you're familiar. She did remind us, as we were getting a little nervous about what the roster looks like going into training camp. Big trades still happen every year right up till the holidays. And we got Patrick Kane right before Thanksgiving, or either right before or right after. It was the holiday season. I never would have thought going into that season Patrick Kane would have been a Red Wing. So anything can happen. We're staying optimistic, right, Megan?
That's you. I don't do that.
She's had her heart broken by the Wings too many times.
You got Patrick Kane from the Blackhawks.
No, he came from the Rangers.
Was he from the Rangers?
He was.
Yeah, for a hot minute, he was a Ranger.
But I mean, like, he's known for Chicago,
Yes,
right?
Blackhawk.
Who was the other guy back in the day? I know who it is.
Tapes.
Came to Detroit.
Oh,
that came to
DeBrincat?
Detroit?
Nope. Well, yeah, he did too.
Yeah,
Back in the
DeBrincat
day
did.
from Chicago.
Chelios.
Chelios.
Oh, Chelios.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the Wings just happen to get, big name players from Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, it is
They
interesting.
do have
isn't
money
it?
to spend. I will say they have a decent amount of money to spend. It just, are you going to spend it wisely or spend it at all?
Or is there anything to spend it on? If not, we can point them in your direction and they can buy some really cute wallets.
Perfect.
Sounds good to me.
There's a lot of them they can buy with all that money they have left over.
Speaking of,
I don't know if I ever told you guys one of my favorite stories. You must have heard it. It was a signing for the Wings, and they all come out in various states after practice. And James Reimer came out with a wad of hundreds hanging out of his back pocket, and we were like, James, we know where you can get a wallet.
Hey, there we go. Perfect. I think we've had some James Reimer wallets.
You had it at the time, and we were like, it'll have your name on it.
Yeah.
there's literally a wallet with your name on it.
Exactly.
Also, what is he doing with a bunch of hundreds hanging out of his back?
So
like, what
funny.
That is so random.
Motor
Like,
City Casino.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't strike me as a casino guy. I don't know. That's really funny, Megan. You have plenty more than even just wallets now for the Red Wings and all of us to procure. We saw this week. Congratulations on the launch of your new brands, Second String Golf and Second String Football. Tell us about both of those endeavors. I saw the creative. It looks great. Is this still going to be under one Second String umbrella? What's the plan there?
Yeah, so it's still going to be secondstringleather.com. So you can go there and you can choose which sport you want to shop through, and it'll be basically the same layout. Layout's not going to change any. So with all of our loyal fans and customers out there that go to our website and, need to scroll through real quick to get what they want, it's going to be the same layout. So that's going to be a bonus for them and us too, to figure out how we run our website. So, but yeah, so we just started doing golf and football and doing some photography right now, trying to get everything together. And like we said, it's been a super busy summer and trying to get all that put together. But I think people are going to be pretty excited to see what we have.
Are you keeping the products secret for right now, or can you give us an idea of the types of items you might drop? Oh, did I ask too much? Joe's giving me a look like
it'll be out by that time. Yeah.
This is what my brother,
we'll have
Megan's
the
fiance,
ad
always goes.
blurred images. So like if you saw any of the images, we'll have, I think the golf just started today with our like golf bags that we've purchased and used for the creation of our first collection of golf wallets. So it's like just to try to get people intrigued. It's like a blurred out image of like the bag. And then even for football, it's all the blurred out images of the footballs, but it'll switch over after the hockey launch to like cleaner, crisper logos or cleaner, crisper images of like the products.
You'll love the one.
The one's pretty cool. Like it's definitely a crossover between both hockey and golf. So that's
okay.
We'll leave it at that. But it's pretty cool because we have a lot of customers that do buy our putter covers, and so we were able to find 2 really unique bags for our first collection for golf, and then the footballs are just all authentic from the colleges. So they're all going to be, I think we're doing 4 college footballs on this launch for the summer, right before the start of college football season.
Perfect.
But day of.
Is a day actually. Of? And it's my birthday.
It is.
Yeah, but we can't say the date yet. It's secret.
Nope.
Okay. Well, if we keep you talking long enough, you're going to spill all your secrets. We better hush you.
Yeah, no more secrets.
Yeah, no more.
Secrets.
We're pretty excited to sort of see how, because for us, hockey is, it's a big sport to us, but, in the scheme of things, football is, just a massive sport between NFL, NCAA. Obviously, golf is another big sport that's played year round, just depending on where you live in North America or around the world. But for us, it's just we've created this brand with the hockey and like our craftsmanship. Nothing's going to change with how we're making our wallets or how we're designing like unique bathroom bags or just other unique products that go along with the launch of these new lines. But for us, it's just another avenue of us expanding into other sports and even having baseball on the horizon as well too. So we want to really dabble in all, pretty much all the major sports brands and still have it be under one umbrella of Second String Leather Company.
Exciting. Will you be, you think, expanding into like additional hires, a bigger team, possibly brick and mortar locations, or do you think operations will continue status quo for now?
I think status quo. Like our team, they're constantly working. We love keeping them busy between not just our production of our everyday things, but even the custom stuff. We do make some other odds and ends things that we drop in throughout the course of the year as well. So for them, they stay busy. It's, they're working 5-6 days a week. And I love just, for us, it's been great because it's, this idea that we started back in 2019, but we've also given other people the enjoyment of like watching their potential grow and develop over the years. Cause we started in 2019. So it's crazy to think how fast we've gotten to this point in just a handful of years. But, if we can keep doing what we're doing and expanding these other sports brands, it's just for us, we've never really thought about a brick and mortar store, but I think for us, it's trying to get to more shows, to be in front of more people. Like we're really looking into more like the collectible or memorabilia trade card shows. They have some really big ones here in the United States, Chicago and out in Las Vegas and in Florida. I mean, there's like 100 or 200,000 people that come to these shows, and they're collector based. So they'll be looking, you know,
wow.
for a collectible hockey card or basketball card, baseball card. And then you have us that can fit into that little niche of like unique one of one products that are sort of like a collectible baseball card, but you can carry your game worn piece of equipment in your wallet. And to me, that's just sort of like even something even more special to our customers, just because they're sports fans. And I think we're just trying to be able to give our love to the sport to our customers so they can, you know, feel proud to show off their wallet or keychain or bathroom bag or whatever they may have, that just sort of like their personality or like their love for the sport or love for the team or player. It's got a lot of unique different variables and categories that you can't really put them into one.
No.
And that's what we're sort of excited about, because obviously we've been doing hockey since 2019. We dabbled in a little bit of football last Christmas, but we had a University of Michigan Rose Bowl football from 2024. And it sold out within, I don't know, the first couple hours. We may had one or two that lasted a day or two after launch, but I mean, people gobbled those up just because they're so unique. And University of Michigan and us being in Michigan, and then just winning not just the Rose Bowl, but winning the national championship. It was just awesome. It was such a cool piece to have. And each of these footballs that we're currently using for our next launch are all big time football teams in the NCAA. So for us, it's just trying to go after, you know, just a new type of customer. And it's just going to take some time, but I think we're just up to a new challenge and something to keep us just moving forward and just sort of exploring other sports.
So you've been at it equally as long as Steve Yzerman has been GM of the Red Wings. So now we have a benchmark. Look at all that second string has accomplished, Stevie Y.
Well, I don't think we've won any Stanley Cups yet, but we've had a lot of Stanley Cup winners in our stable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've done great things. Megan, how about that idea for card shows? You went to Toronto. You've been to a few. I think that's brilliant. Have you seen any vendors like that?
I was trying to think if there was anything, like that. I think probably the most unique thing, and everybody was very interested, was actually the Toronto Maple Leaf, like, basically brought their team authentics with them and had like a pop-up there, and people really enjoyed looking at that, and I think they did pretty well. So yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. Yeah, just get in
there's
the
actually a really
section.
big one that we're trying to get in. You actually have to be hand selected to get into it. It'd be Fanatics, like the Fanatics Fest in New York City.
Oh, wow.
Is the biggest. That one is the Mac Daddy of them all. Like that's like Tom Brady's there, Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, they have all big superstars. I mean, it's all sports driven, but it's in downtown New York City.
Yeah.
It's, I think, in June, and they only have like hand select 200 vendors to go.
Wow.
Because all, Tops is there, Upper Deck, Panini, like all the big names for the different card collector brands are there. And then they have a bunch of different vendors, but these are, the elite of the elite in the card collecting world have their tables set up. So there's people walking around with, $50,000 cash, $100,000 cash. They're buying just remarkable sports cards that are extremely rare. And this show is one of the biggest ones. And I believe the other one's called the National, and that's in Chicago. And I believe the National is also in Canada as well. They hold it, I think, 2 times a year. So that's something that we've thought about, because we've done a few other shows throughout the United States. Like we go to Buffalo. We went to Buffalo this past year.
Yep.
That was in January. We've gone to the hockey show in Minneapolis. But it's just between our hockey schedule, because we coach college hockey, and then obviously having our family, and obviously just trying to get product out the door. So there's only so many weekends that we can find free to go to these shows. But the collector shows are actually in the spring and summertime. So it's something that we really wanted to explore and just sort of see what type of doors that would open for us. Cause I think people would really be enamored in that type of arena of like, whoa, I never even knew those people existed for second string. So we'll see how it goes for 2026, was I think the way that we try to branch out and try to dabble in these other sports, it just puts us in front of other sports teams and professional sports teams and professional players to do some pretty unique projects.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You're certainly going to connect with your target audience in places like that. I told you the story last time you were on with us, but I'll never forget Megan and I at Steve Eiserman's winery in
Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, wait, we've been talking about Steve Eiserman all night at Wayne Gretzky's winery, talking to clearly all these hockey fans drinking wine about our second string wallets. And it went from just, we were pulling them out to pay the tab. And then we had this room, like this captive audience, like, ooh, and look at hers, look at that. And we're telling them how each piece is game used and showing the puck marks. And I was like, we got to make these guys make us official brand ambassadors. We could
needed
carry
cards
around your
really bad that
cards.
day.
That's why we're doing these clutch wallets. I can't wait to have these. I think these clutch wallets are gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we didn't even really explain them to the listeners. We just sort of talked about it, but Megan and I are excited, and hopefully you guys can go to a couple, but we're going to try to go to all the big Centennial events. I know, shocking. But the Red Wings are doing 4 days at Motor City Casino for the Fan Fest, and every day it's different alumni coming to speak, sign, mix and mingle. There's all kinds of activations, memorabilia, everything you could think when you're celebrating 100 years of your team. And then the last night it culminates with a special event that's a little swanky at the beautiful Fox Theater downtown. So we got tickets to go to that. So I can't remember how we thought of this, Megan, but funny enough, guys, it was live on a podcast. So we can go back. It's documented, but we were chit-chatting and we were like, we should have second string make us clutch purses to carry to all the events so that instead of just having our wallets, we can actually have like something a little fancier to wear with our outfits and tell everybody about second string. So you'll have to send a couple business cards with them.
I love it.
Deal.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. We'll have to plan our outfits after we get the purses. So no pressure. Make sure they match.
We are doing some, I believe there's some there's like the wristlet's going to be with the clutch wallet so you can carry them around in style. So this is,
That's the plan, because I'm a hand talker, so you got to have the wristlet strap or it'll go flying.
Go. Like a Wii remote's going through the TV.
Yeah. See, you can understand. That was a great analogy. I'll have to tell my husband you came up with that one.
Yeah.
So if you hop onto Second String, leathercompany.com, leatherco.com right now, you will see the plethora of like card wallets. My husband loves the 3-card slot wallet because it's very slim, so it's very easy to stick in your pocket. But all the beautiful wallet options. This particular piece we're talking about is a piece you carried, I think, in the past, but isn't currently available, called the travel wallet. And it's actually, I would call it more like a clutch purse, because it is, I mean, guys could certainly use it for travel purposes, but we're going to carry it separately instead of a bag. And because I think it's like 8 inches by 4 inches by maybe like 1.5 or 2. Yeah, so it's a good size and has the optional wrist strap, which then for us makes it more like a bag. So hopefully we'll see more items like that in the future. If not, we'll just keep custom ordering.
There we go. That works too.
I may have to procure something from Lion and Buffalo now and get something blue and yellow in my collection.
Well,
we'll see.
Around when we go there.
Yeah,
so that where he ended. So he ended up in Buffalo.
He's in Buffalo with Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and Devon Levi. So it's a good lineup there, actually. I think it's anyone's net, but Megan has strong feelings about Devon Levi.
Yeah,
but he didn't take the reins last year, did he?
He didn't.
But he's so young.
He's
so young. He's he's like their Kosa, but he actually gets a chance in the NHL. So did I say that out loud?
Nobody's listening right now, are they?
Are you gonna be so I guess, Mike, you think Kosa gets 10 games this year with the Red Wings?
If he doesn't, I'm gonna be so upset.
I think he deserves it at some point. You got to give him, I mean, depending on how the season depends. I guess it depends on how the season goes.
I asked the question today. I was like, is it going to be the next Jimmy Howard where he's in Grand Rapids forever?
Yeah.
Finally gets his chance, and
because Jimmy Howard was in Grand Rapids for a while, but Jimmy Howard, to my knowledge, I don't remember the last goalie, Jimmy Howard was drafted by the Red Wings, played in the Red Wings organization, and retired a Red Wing in like a 14, 15-year span.
Yeah,
when was the last goalie to ever do that with the Red Wings?
Or any team. Goalies are like hot potato.
It's unbelievable.
Goalie carousel.
I would even say, because I would say Martin Brodeur, but he played for St. Louis. He played with St. Louis.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone who was drafted and retired with the Wings.
That's gonna be a
goalie wise. We'll have to. We'll have a fun fact.
Good question right there.
So, do you ever listen to Armchair Expert, the podcast with Dak Shepard? I used to rep it at work, so I listened to it, but now we don't. So, they do their third period, if you will, for hockey style terminology is a fact check, where just after their episode they go through and they look all this stuff up, and it's really funny. So we'll research and we'll let the listeners know.
Because man, I'm gonna turn the wheels. You start throwing in like a lot of like, especially goalies seem to be, they get moved after maybe 6 years, 5 years. But Jimmy Howard stuck. But it was amazing. He got drafted, played through the minors in the American League with the Griffins, and then played in the NHL. Yeah. I think he won a Calder Cup with the Griffins as well early on when he first got there. He may have been a backup.
I think you're right. I think he did win a Calder Cup.
He may not as the starter, but fact check.
Well, you would know, but we'll add that to our fact check segment. Well, we need to do trivia for Summer 100. So
I think that would be a great question about the goalie.
Yes. And speaking of trivia, Megan and I have started something kind of fun with our guests at the end of our second period, where we like to ask them rapid fire questions. And you just throw out the first thing that comes to mind. I will divulge, we have never done this with any gentleman guests because some of the,
we might be the worst ones.
No, some of the questions were like, what color would you want your jerseys to be? We'll spare you. We won't ask you those questions. But I think with you two are go with the flow kind of guys, would you be interested in some rapid fire?
Yeah. Great personality.
Since you have such great personalities, would you like to do rapid fire questions with us? They're easy, I promise.
Absolutely.
We'll give it a whirl.
Okay.
You have to both say, or like, does Zach go, then I go? Do we take turns?
Well, you have to yell it out at the same time, because otherwise it's not fair, because one of you will get more time to think.
Okay.
But then you can explain your answer.
You better not. We sometimes wear the same outfits, so it's really,
literally
very weird.
Way too often it happens. Like,
you do know,
you're
preaching to the choir.
We showed up goalie camp day 1 last month, and we're literally both orange shorts and blue shirts.
Most random,
unbelievable.
Most random. Like, how are you even wearing them?
Which is also so specific. Like the fact that you both own.
Who has orange shorts to begin with, but who has an orange shirt and orange shorts and a blue shirt? We're wearing the same thing.
I literally got out of my car and I was like, I'm gonna go home.
I'm gonna go home. Wait, where are you going?
Drop my kid off and leave.
Oh my goodness. That is so funny. God. Megan and I own a lot of the same Red Wings paraphernalia, so that happens a lot. But orange shorts is a special situation. You were in each other's
Orange is my favorite color.
There was our blue golf outfits that we did not plan.
No, you're right. You probably saw that in our Red Wings Summer 100. We went putt-putt golfing.
Yes.
And showed up in matching like baby blue skirts and white and blue polos. Like, did not. And I'm like, nobody is going to believe that we did not plan this, but we didn't. It's just like you spend enough time with someone. So I guess you're right. Okay, Megan, think of questions, because I'm going to start us off.
You know how unprepared I am. I don't have any random questions.
No, but that's why they're fun. Okay. All right. Ready?
Okay.
We call him Chad. Megan's Chat GPT is named Chad. He's good to us. He gets the hockey style audience. Okay. If you had your own NHL team, what would be your mascot?
A moose.
A beaver.
Both adorable northern Michigan creatures.
I love it.
Native.
Oh, Bucky. He's a big.
I love Bucky.
He's a big Bucky's fan, I will say.
Okay.
You got Bucky shorts and shirts and all sorts of stuff.
The whole kit and caboodle.
You have a Bucky polo shirt.
Swim shorts.
You do.
Okay, so you're prepared. You'd already have the merch to cheer the team on.
Yeah, if they built a hotel, I'd stay there.
You would?
Yeah. So,
Okay. If you had a hockey team, if you had a, we'll stick with NHL. If you had an NHL team, what song would you choose to be your victory song?
Rock Me Like a Hurricane.
Wow, you answered that faster than anybody ever, Joe.
good lordy. I
Wow,
don't know.
good choice.
Great
I know.
song.
Victory song?
Victory. A
Oh,
victory song. I know
goodness.
we struggle with this too because there are so many. Like to just choose one.
Yeah, there's a ton of songs.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Megan and I both went
Honestly,
down
yeah,
the
I'm
like
drawing a blank.
90s.
What's that country song? It was our high school one. Ain't going down till the sun comes up.
Mm,
That was
I
our
think
country song.
I know that one,
Who
but
sings? I don't even know who sings it. I'm not big into country by any means.
So your team mascot.
but it's a feel good.
I'm gonna stick with my team because I know they're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna be a tough moose.
They're gonna play each other. Rock Me Like a Hurricane is a good
my
one.
team would totally win. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Okay.
I think the Rock You Like a Hurricane is a great song. Scorpion.
Yeah. I can't say I know yours, Zach, but we will.
You don't know that song?
I know
I'm
what you're
not
talking
sure.
about, but I'm in the same boat. I have no idea who sings it, but I remember that song.
Mm-hmm.
How about this? Whenever we drop a new episode on socials, we
Garth
always
Brooks, by the
choose.
way.
Okay, Garth Brooks. We always choose a song to play as we announce the new episode, so that will be our song. Mhm. If you've made it this far in the episode, wink wink, you're in on the joke. If you know, you know. That will be our song, Garth Brooks. They're
There
gonna be
you
like,
go.
why? That's just random. No. All right. If you did not play goalie, what position would you play?
Equipment manager.
Assuming hockey.
I'd be equipment
Hockey.
Sticking with hockey? Oh man. Yeah, I would have said equipment manager
Really?
too. Yeah.
manager. I
100%.
like tinkering with equipment, so I figured I'd be a good equipment guy.
Oh, Bill Boat, so yeah.
This makes so much sense. That's the least shocking of your answers. You would be amazing equipment managers. You love all the stuff.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think maybe tinkering.
I'm always fixing stuff.
Yeah, equipment guy.
Yeah. And we've recently learned that equipment managers are like athletes behind the bench because of the way they have to they're throwing stuff. They're making sure blades are changed before a guy misses their next shift.
All the time.
I think they're very underrated because they get. I mean, they're at the rink early, stay late. They're always on call with the guys.
Like a butler.
Yeah,
they're a butler. Yeah, it's a great way to put it. They're very hard to find loyal and committed to the team and players.
Yep.
I think Paul Boyer's been there for holy smokes.
Mm-hmm.
For the Red Wings, Paul Boyer's been there for sure close to 30 years.
That long?
Has to be.
Wow.
He was there in the 2000s.
Wow.
Like early 2000s. Yeah, has to be close to 30 years. I'd be curious.
And his
There's
team
another
has
fun fact. There's another fact check. See how long
Trivia.
Paul Boyer's been there for.
Yeah. He's built a team that has a lot of longevity and senior level expertise as well with JR and Brady. We got to get them on the pod. That would be really interesting.
That'd be pretty cool to get guys like that on just to learn all the
Yeah.
ins and outs of what they go through on a daily basis. I think it's pretty cool to see because travel and all the preparation and just, again, you're like a butler to the players, but they're so well respected because they're early, stay late, like everything's to perfection.
Yes. Yeah. It's a hard job. All right. Anything from you, Megan?
I mean, I didn't prepare.
Ask your
ready.
hockey card. Ask your hockey card one.
It's not as much. I feel like you guys aren't as into cards. Mine is if you got to pick the next insert for Upper Deck, what would you name it?
Like, an insert?
Yeah.
Like all the little weird things that they do.
Do they do what would be the current one that they currently name it? Is there
I feel like the last series one had the heater and just really weird stuff like that.
I thought the cool when I was growing up, the cool collection was the Young Guns.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's still a big thing.
I think that's a pretty cool name. I just remember Pavel Bure was in the one and Sergei Fedorov, Young Guns.
I think Danny Heatley was in there.
Was he?
For sure.
Yeah.
Golly, that's a tough question.
It's
What
hard,
would
yeah.
your hockey card look like?
Oh, I
Would
think
it be one of those like realistic looking ones where
it'd be a
you're
hologram.
on the
I
ice?
thought the coolest ones were the
hologram.
holograms
Absolutely.
back in the like mid 90s.
But
They
the
had
ones that were cut out, not
Oh, the die cuts.
rectangle, the die cuts.
the
yeah.
die cut.
Okay.
I remember those, but they used to have like the goalie mask ones. They had the
Those
upper
were
deck
sweet.
player ones that had like.
Maybe not the hologram, but
I like the
I mean-
holograms. Those are sweet.
All right, we've got a die cut and a hologram. Those are great answers.
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
My favorite, you're gonna laugh. It was 23-24 season. In the series 1 and 2 boxes from Upper Deck, there was a goalie line, and the inserts were runway based. So it was goalies on the catwalk doing in full pads. Like with like paparazzi behind them. And I'm like,
really?
what is this collab? And this will never be topped in my world. Like this
I'm
is
surprised
right.
you.
doing the goal.
what was the name of those, Megan? I'm losing my
I
mind.
don't know. I thought you were gonna say the ooh la la goalie
Oh,
ones.
ooh la la's this year. I don't know why they
I
give the
know.
goalies the most random one. I
So
mean, yes, I
weird.
do. But they this year it's ooh la la, and it's like goalies on like the Moulin Rouge stage. Like they're getting, I think Upper Deck's been around for so many decades. They're like really trying to get creative now.
They're asking people on the street, children,
Yeah.
Basically.
whoever.
So I love that question. Like, what would you do? So yeah, there's a whole line of cards now that's outer space themed. It's just
Really?
it's wild.
Metal, Skybox metal.
I
Mhm.
think the card collection world since COVID has been just
Crazy.
incredible.
Wild.
Yeah.
How it's just blown up. I mean, people are spending, wow. I mean, just astronomical.
Buka.
Yeah. They're so expensive. I know. I had sticker shock when Megan got me back into it because I was used to like, as a kid, what you would spend. Now you can get, I mean, I don't want to scare our listeners, but people will spend like a mortgage payment on on these cards.
Absolutely. I just remember when I was young, I used to go to Gibraltar Trade Center.
Ah,
Yeah.
Gibraltar.
Yeah, I know what you're
Gibraltar
talking
Trade Center. So Zach doesn't know what Gibraltar Trade Center is. That's
How do I know?
because it's on the
From the
east
west
side.
side.
Yeah, you're west side.
Ah, got it.
Gibraltar Trade Center. I would go there on the weekends. They'd have these card shows that were just incredible. That's sort of like my, growing up as a young teenager would be going there, and they would have the big, like I remember like Chris Osgood was once there signing. I think they even had like Felix Potvin was there. These were
Wow.
players,
sure.
in the mid 90s that were because
I
Gibraltar.
went to a Jordan Choo signing.
Do they even still have Gibraltar? Is that
Cool.
still
No,
around?
it's gone now.
Is it? It used to be
Yeah.
massive. It was a big flea market.
Mm-hmm.
Massive. I
Love
mean,
flea markets.
it looked almost like the size of like a football stadium. It was huge.
It was huge.
A lot of stuff in there. But yeah, I used to go to those card shows. But I feel like since COVID, like card collecting and like even they like do like the pack breakers, or like they have all the videos now of people breaking the packs. I mean, it's just
Mhm.
is at a whole nother level. But people they tend to look at all that stuff, and like
Mhm.
Devon said, like people are spending a mortgage payment on like a card that they just put it in.
Mhm.
Yeah, their office.
It's okay. Then there's Megan and I just trying to get all the Evgeny Svichnikov and Alex
Yeah,
Lyon cards.
All
There you
of
go.
them.
Just
Like
So,
physically all of them.
We don't spend mortgage payments on them. So
no.
anyway, yes, I think if you guys pop up at some card shows, you'll definitely be reaching your target audience and people who love to collect hockey memorabilia. So that's perfect.
And the football and any
Mhm.
other sport you want to pull in. Like people are going to go nuts for that.
Yeah, we're
it's so
excited to
unique.
see how that goes. We're excited to see how that.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to make sure we talked to you before the summer collection launched so that we could hype everybody up and remind them that right now, when you're listening, you should set your alarm clock because now it's within the 24-hour window and your alarm can remind you to be the first on the Second String site to scoop up some of these legends and icons who you will be dropping. Because remember, every single piece they make is one of a kind. So if you like a particular player or team, or even just a cool print, sometimes we just really like a certain way different colors are cut. You want to be the first. So guys, tell everybody the best way to do that to make sure they don't miss out.
Ooh, I think that's gonna be on Friday,
Yes.
August 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I always recommend telling people for sure be on the website like 15 minutes early, because once it drops at 8 o'clock, it is a mad scramble. We usually have anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 people on the site at like a given second. So when that thing drops, it's pretty much, because we don't do any like pre-sales, or we don't give out pricing. It just opens up and off we go.
It's there.
It's pretty cool to sort of see how the collections are received. But we have a lot of really unique pieces and some cool colorways and just different leathers that we use with like colored stitching. And again, every piece is one of one and unique. So the story is awesome. I think that's the best part about it, that each piece has a story to tell, and you can just carry it in your back pocket with you when you're on the go.
We love telling stories. Hey, I do need to ask, because you talked about interesting colorways, and I love Seattle Kraken. And as Megan says, all the blues that they do. When you did your last Seattle Kraken line, it was exclusive to, you had to be at Climate Pledge Arena to get your hands on one. So alas, I did not get a plane ticket to Seattle. But this time around, you've divulged you are dropping some Grubauer.
Yes.
How can I get a Joey DeCord?
Find a Joey
maybe
DeCord piece
maybe
and
have to
do a
wait
custom.
a little bit longer.
Yeah.
We can't give out all of our secrets. Now, I will say this though. We're doing a really cool collaboration with the Kraken right now. And I'm not gonna lie, they're making tote bags for their store, and they're pretty sweet. They're really, really cool.
Guys, I
Yeah,
gotta, okay, hold on one second. Talk amongst yourselves.
What is she doing? I want a tote bag.
Oh, they're really cool. They did, they're actually doing bathroom bags and tote bags for the stores. They wanted to change it up because they did like 300 pieces of like leather wallets.
Mhm.
So they wanted to change it up this year and do something different. So we did bathroom bags for them. We're just finishing them up actually, and tote bags, but the tote bags are really, really awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
I'm so jealous.
You had us at tote bag, but I've selected my second team. My West Coast team is officially going to be. Oh no, Joey lost his stick. So for those listening to audio only, I was flashing Joey DeCord and Philip Grubauer bobbleheads, who one of our ladies of the NHL members sent me from their giveaway last year at Climate Pledge. In exchange for Gordie Howe, but I got both the guys. So I need a wallet to round out my Seattle Kraken shelf now.
Yeah, we do. Well, Gerbauer actually follows us on Instagram. He's like commented on our stuff before. So
amazing.
He's a follower. He's a fan. But the colorways are awesome. I think they're so vibrant. Good. We use a Tiffany blue leather, and it is so sharp.
That was the color of my bridesmaids dresses.
Beautiful. It's so cool. People are enamored by it. So we had people that have bought the Decord stuff in the past. I think the Decord stuff sold out in 15 minutes.
Oh gosh,
it didn't even last. It didn't even last an hour. It was gone within 15 minutes. And the colorways, people got that. And they're like, what is this color blue? And that was like how we referred to it as like the Tiffany blue, because it's literally Tiffany blue.
It is Tiffany blue. And you did it. So the Grubauer this season has the red contrast stitching, which I thought was such great attention to detail, because the Kraken jerseys just have that like really cool dark red eye in the S.
Yep.
Love it. Do you guys come up with that, or do you have a design assistant?
Just Zach and I, we talk to our team and we throw some ideas around. I mean, I'm not going to lie, the tote bag that we're doing for the store right now for the Climate Pledge it's pretty sweet. Like there's some really cool detail in there, playing off the red a little bit, and you'll like it. I'm just going to put it that way.
Okay, we may need to talk offline here about how we get one extra in the order.
I think the tough part is that we were only, they did a lot of bathroom bags, and then we did a few tote bags, but there's only so much material to go around.
Yeah.
They didn't want to do wallets because they'd already did the wallets last year. And I was like, this is a pretty cool, for men and women, this is something that's just different, especially if you have during the fall and the winter, for a holiday gift for a male or female. I mean, these are no brainers to add. So there's some pretty cool pieces, because the branding on the equipment is also built into the bathroom bag and even the tote bag.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It's pretty
So
sweet.
let's wrap it up on this note then, because I'm going to have my eye on that Tiffany blue Grubauer. If you have to pick, and I know they're all like you love them all, you have your hands in the creation of all of them. One of your favorite pieces that you're dropping this Friday.
I personally like the Halak stuff because I know that he just retired, and Halak is another follower of ours who's followed us along the way. Because we've had a lot of Halak equipment that we've put out there, but it's so unique because it's got the scratch. Like he's got no matter where he plays, he always consistently has the scratch mark on his equipment. Whether he was playing with the Islanders, the Rangers, or even the Bruins, or even the Montreal Canadiens, he's had the scratch marks. So to have those incorporated into a wallet is really cool. Yeah. I think that's pretty sharp. But
he has the bear claws on this one for the Bruins, right? Yeah, that's gonna be sweet.
It's sharp. It's pretty sharp.
Yeah, I second that one, but also I think the Osgood pads with the Wings logo, it just screams vintage, and it turned out awesome.
And we even paired it with like an old cognac vintage brown leather. So we were like, do we go black? Do we do red? We were like, let's just keep it like old school. Let's go vintage cognac brown with red stitching. It just paired like so
it looks really
unique,
good.
and the leather smells incredible. It just, again, we just got done, shooting our photos today for Christmas, and we're going back and forth of what leathers to use, stitching colors, and just trying to change things up, like to really
yelling at each other back and forth.
We are yelling. It's just, we're there for so many hours, but for us, it's just trying to, especially if we've done like a piece in the past, like change it up. So like the next time around, it's not the same colorways, or just using different leathers and different stitching colors. And now we've gotten into the hot foil stamping. So we're doing that on our pieces now. It just adds a little bit of flair to the wallet. So instead of having it branded into the leather, now there's actually like a foil stamp on the leather. So it really just pops in general.
Yeah.
And we may or may not be looking at foil stamps for our custom clutches.
Yes, you'll have that on your clutches. So I think that's sort of a unique add-on that just adds a little pizzazz, because we do have it on one of our footballs. That you'll have to wait to see, because it like tied in like perfectly to the college football with the gold stamp, and it's really sharp, really sharp.
Megan, what's your favorite? You were looking at, was it Bernier?
Oh, I'm excited to see Dustin Wolf's stuff. I just think he's such a character. I'm interested in that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, those are some pretty cool colorways too, with the red and the yellow, and how they're just vibrant colors too. And that, again, it's always going back to something like, here's my black wallet, or here's my brown, like, pulling out something that's like, vibrant blue, or like a vibrant orange with black stitching. Or I think even when we do have a lot of vintage pieces in this collection coming out in the summer, because we usually drop maybe 2 or 3, because they're very hard to find. And we actually found a large lot of vintage equipment. So we actually added it into this summer launch. And it was, it's cool to see some of that stuff from the 60s and 70s, because it just doesn't really exist, especially with the branding tag on them, with like Cooper or Cooper Weeks. And that stuff is extremely rare to find, these fabric tags and that type of condition on the wallets. Looks so cool. So cool.
Okay. I think this was the best way to kick off your new summer line. This episode drops Thursday. So everybody set your alarm clocks and let us know in the comments what pieces you have your eye on, what you end up with, or what you're coveting. We will be coveting the Chris Osgood line. Let us know if you're the lucky one who gets it. Love it. Okay, guys, as always, you're a friend of Hockey Style and always welcome anytime. Maybe we can chat again around the holiday season and hear more about everything that you're launching in the next few weeks here. Happy early birthday to you, Joe.
Thank you.
And we'll let you know when we're out in Grand Rapids.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Good luck.
See you later.
Thanks. Take care.
Welcome to the third period.
I am excited for the third period. I think that it's always so much fun to talk to Zach and Joe, and they have given us so much to be excited about. And the fact that it's launching tomorrow is amazing.
I know we can say tomorrow. So, like we said, set those alarms.
Yes.
And don't forget to let us know what you love. We love talking about all this stuff with you guys and hearing your perspective and opinions and favorites.
And if you do get something, please share. We love to see. I think that these designs are going to be so exciting, and I would love to see if you go ahead and purchase one. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, tag at Hockey Style Podcast on Instagram and we will share it to our stories. Are you going to get a Dustin Wolf, Megan?
Oh my gosh, I would love to. I sure love my Calgary wallets. So wouldn't it be fun to add another one to the collection? And I think they're so right about like the colorway. It's such a unique like combination that you definitely stand out.
Yeah, it's really pretty striking. And I was thinking about that for you after our last episode with Antonio. And we talked about what if we chose a West Coast team that we rooted for. And you had Winnipeg and San Jose because you have so much from Winnipeg and San Jose because of Svechnikov. But and then I was thinking, what about Calgary? You love Calgary.
I can't choose.
It's too hard.
I just can't do it.
I know. I liked where you left it. Like, don't force that upon me. I know. Especially because you hand painted sneakers for your fiance with a hidden Easter egg of a Calgary Flame.
Yep.
I love it. Which I can't remember if we showed those on the pod yet, but we gotta do an up close. So we'll save that for next time. But
yeah,
this week I have a piece of home decor I was thinking I would share because last week the style tip I shared was a rather ridiculous piece of home decor. So I thought I would, show something actually kind of pretty. So I have both in my home. So as you travel around to different arenas and find your favorites, it's always fun to bring home a little memento, but also to track where you've been. And my husband and I decided when we were putting some art up on the walls, it would be cool to have a map. And on Etsy, you can find a lot of artisans who would do woodworking. And we found a Etsy shop. And if you're on YouTube, you can see it, but I'll describe it for those with audio only, who actually hand carves wooden maps of the United States and Canada where there are arenas. Now, mind you, I did not stick in the puck. So as I pulled this off the wall, like 7 fell and they're on the floor next to me. But you get the general idea. As you go to an arena, you just stick in a little puck and they're adhesive, so you can actually stick them in. And then you can track everywhere you've been and get a visual. You can see, for me, the ones that are still in there's a lot of Midwest because we drive with our car or with our dogs in the car to all of the arenas. So now that they're smaller dogs and we can actually fly, we'll probably make it to more of the West Coast arenas. I'm dying to see Climate Pledge, but it's a prettier way to show where you've been.
I'm dying to go to Climate Pledge to get a tote bag.
Hello, yes. I was not so suddenly like, Joe, you got to just like accidentally not send one, please. I'm just kidding. We need to go for
do
so
they take
many
phone
reasons.
Orders, or will they do that?
No. Well, when the wallets came out, I was, all over it, but they were in arena only. You had to buy a ticket. So I know that might be our excuse. If it happens to fall when we're playing the Red Wings, that's our excuse to go. So Megan, how do you track which arenas you've been to? Do you have a map or do you just keep little paraphernalia?
No, I just try and remember at this point because I don't have a good way. So I probably should go on Etsy. I should probably take our style tip today and hop on there and get something because I've done some fun ones. I've got to do California.
Yeah.
I've got some oddball ones that are be fun to display for sure. Yeah.
I think your issue was you had so many cool hockey art pieces and photographs and authentics. You were running out of wall space.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, there was nowhere.
Yeah, but now you have a new house, so maybe you can find a little place.
There's less wall space now.
Oh dear. We'll have to get you a little one that you can like.
I mean, I
put on a
no longer
stand.
have a basement where I can have almost, I don't know, 3 walls, floor to ceiling with photos. So I'm losing that. So yeah,
Oh, sure.
some might have to be retired.
Yeah, or just
Let's
rotate
go.
them seasonally. I don't know.
Yeah,
Who has a
figure it out.
Christmas
We'll figure it
vibe? Who
out.
has like a 4th of July vibe?
I don't know. Maybe by birthday. Whose birthday
Yeah.
month? I don't
Or
know.
jersey colors. You can put Dallas and Minnesota up in December.
They're all Red Wings. I don't
You
mess
do.
around
You
with
do
other
have a lot
teams.
of. You do have a lot of red and white. That's true. Mostly you have the jerseys from other teams, but your art is pretty much Red Wings dedicated,
Yeah, the
right?
photographs is all Red Wings
Yeah.
based. Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
gonna hang somebody's face on the wall that's
Yeah.
not a Red Wing. I don't
Well,
think there's
don't
anybody.
buy a map because now I have a gift idea.
Oh God.
But they are fun. I just need to actually stick the little pucks down because the reason why some of them weren't stuck is that if it was an arena that only I had been to or only my husband had been to, we put a gray puck in it. And if it's one that we went to together, we put a black puck. So there was just a couple that I went on like a business trip or with you on a girls trip.
Sometimes I go, yeah.
As girls do, clearly, when they go on girls' weekends, go to NHL arenas.
Of course.
Of course.
Apparently, we're going on a girls' trip to Seattle to get a tote bag, so let's go. Yeah.
The tote bag is the icing on the cake. Climate Pledge is supposed to be incredible.
Oh no, I feel like I'm gonna have to dodge a buoy for a tote bag.
Oh my God, I'm going to insist that you have a meet and greet with Bowie so he can win you over.
I will get my tote bag and leave.
Okay, this is great. I'm so excited now. Okay.
Oh no.
So
what have I done?
Love it. Next week, you guys, we have been teasing this out, but because schedules change, you know how that goes. We moved some episodes around. We had Antonio come on last week, right after the equipment sale. So fun. This week, of course, it made sense to have Second String Leather Company because their summer collection comes out tomorrow. When you're listening, it'll be tomorrow. So next week, we finally have Heidi Browning, the Chief Marketing Officer of the NHL, joining us. Knock on wood, fingers crossed. She's a very busy woman and she's always on the road. So stay tuned because we are really, really excited to introduce you to her and talk with her about all things NHL.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
Yes, please, wherever you're listening, remember to give us a like and a subscribe. And if you could follow us at Hockey Style Podcast, we promise to continue to share all of the antics in our hockey-filled lives and keep you giggling.
See you next time.